Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. For those of you that have watched me up to this point, I highly appreciate. I'm super excited to see where this channel goes. I hope it goes to good places because I come from a good place. I come from someone that wants to develop humanity and teach people the things that I've learned. And some people may look at me and be like, what does this 24-year-old kid think he's talking about? Trust me, through my experiences, all the things that I've been through in the health and fitness industry, all the things that I've been through in life, I can teach you something. So welcome back to the 0.1% podcast. This is episode 2. We got a topic about comfort today. So comfort is being comfortable, right? My favorite quote of all time: be comfortable being uncomfortable. Now think about that for a second. Be comfortable being uncomfortable. Comfort level comes from within. Like for some people, comfort is laying in bed and scrolling on your phone for 5 fucking hours. For some people, comfort is staying up and watching TV all night. For some people, comfort is having a snack while you're watching a movie at nighttime or something. Some people, comfort is just skipping the gym, and that's cool. For some people, comfort is getting a remote job because they don't want to drive. Convenience. For me, comfort is being comfortable living in an uncomfortable place. So let me give you an example. Back when I was in college, I would sleep in until maybe 1 o'clock in the afternoon sometimes. Like, it was fucked. Like, I stayed up until 7 a.m. I remember I grew up in a very strict household. I had a curfew. I had to wake up at a certain time, go to school. I was never late for school, this. And I went to college and I said, fuck it. Fuck all this. I'm just going to do what I want, and I'm going to be a big rebel. So what did I do? I did things that were comfortable to me at the time, like sleeping in, sleeping past my classes, sleeping as long as I wanted, and going to bed whenever I wanted. Like, I never looked at the time. I just did what I wanted. I went out, I talked to who I want, I did what I want. I was just fully free. And then up until recent, I moved here, and then I was like, oh shit, it's time to work. So then I started scheduling my in-person personal training clients at 9. I scheduled them at 8. I would start slowly moving up, and I would roll out of bed and drive and rush hour and all that. And I'm like, oh, okay, here's my new normal. So I got to wrap it up by 12, and I got to fall asleep, and I got to be up by 8. Now it's 6 a.m. on a Tuesday. This ain't nothing, by the way. And I've already gotten up, done my routine, trained my first client in person, checked my emails, checked my texts, and now I'm recording this video. I'm not here saying that I have it all down and I'm more efficient than anyone. I'm not trying to say that. Don't come out and be like, oh, this motherfucker thinks he has it. Like, no, it's not like that. I'm just trying to show you that I made this a new comfort level for me. So personally right now, I'm not necessarily comfortable with it, but as I'm working on my YouTube channel and on my personal brand this year, I still train people in person. And due to that, in order to make time for both and get done with that part of my day quicker, I have to get up early to train. So this morning I woke up at 4 a.m., right? Sometimes I wake up at 3, sometimes I wake up at 4. I get up, I do my routine, I hop in the shower, I drink my coffee, I'm out the door. Morning routines are cool. I think the best way to wake up is be calm. Some people like journaling, some people like doing what they gotta do. My thing is just having a nice calm morning, drinking a cup of coffee, listening to an Audible on the way, pulling up some affirmations, putting all my stuff down. I'm the only one on the road. I'm the only one inside. And turning on some music, turning on the lights in the gym, and then just starting to train. Just having a nice calm morning. That's my morning routine. I'm not dunking my head in ice, and I'm not wiping my face with a banana peel. If you do that, great. Everything works differently for everybody. For me, as long as I'm getting my sleep hours in and I'm wake up, I want to extend my sleep as long as I can. And I just wake up, hop in the shower, drink coffee, and I'm on the road. I don't need 3 hours to do this and this and this and that. Maybe when I'm like partially retired, But if I did that, I would be up at like 2, and then I'd be going to bed at like 6 o'clock, and that's when people are coming back from work. So it's noisy, Anyway, not to fly off the handles. Thanks for paying attention up to this point too. But comfort starts when you slowly start to drive yourself out of the uncomfortable zone, and then you take that and make it a new normal. That's when you're comfortable with being uncomfortable, and that's when things come really, really easy. Like, small things for me are easy. Like, let's say you want to stop eating at night, right? Personally, I think after dinner, maybe even if you have like a little dessert after dinner, fruit or whatnot, the second you leave the kitchen after dinner, you shouldn't eat. Why? Doesn't make a difference. I'm talking about health and fitness at the same time as this, so just follow along. It does not make a difference if you eat at night, right before bed, versus eating dinner in terms of health, calories, etc. But why do I say that? Because most bad decisions are made at night, right? So saying that the kitchen is closed after dinner because you know you make bad decisions at night, that's starting to step out of the comfort zone. Now you're doing that, then you do it for 3 weeks. It's been 21 days. It is now a habit. Do that again for the next 69 days. Total, it'll be 90. Boom, it's a lifestyle. 21 days to build a habit, 90 days to build a lifestyle. You do that and you're not going to do it again. Simple as that, right? You start going to bed earlier. You start waking up earlier. You don't press the snooze button. You just get your ass out of bed. You're going to start doing that if you keep doing it for like 3 weeks, right? Just start something and just do it every single day for a short period of time. And that's your new normal. That's your new comfort level. Now, if we're talking about true comfort, the true definition of comfort, it is a killer. You can always go backwards in comfort level. You can always press the snooze button. You can always eat comfort food and order food because you don't want to cook because you want things that are comfortable to you. You could work remote and not even leave your fucking bed unless you go to the fucking toilet. You could walk 10 steps a day. That is the ultimate comfort. It's comfortable. Shit, you're sitting there under the AC, you get your little paycheck from typing on your computer, you get fucking DoorDash, you don't have to do no dishes, you don't have to clean, you don't have to do nothing. It's comfortable, right? Then look yourself in the mirror and tell me how you feel. Tell me how that shit's comfortable. You got short-term and you got long-term dopamine, right? Short-term is that. The long-term is the opposite of that. When you have a schedule, when you have a routine, and the stricter you make it and the more you follow it, you are getting out of that comfort zone. So the number one thing to do is set a routine that is attainable to you, make slow steps to it, and slowly get out of that comfort zone. And make that your new normal. When my alarm goes off at 4 a.m., it is still dark outside. Nobody is awake. And maybe I might be a little tired. But me rolling out of bed like that is very normal for me. Drinking my coffee, getting on the road, and having a client in my face at 5 a.m. is very normal to me. Training multiple people, coming home, doing computer work, making my food, tracking my food, going to the gym, running errands, all that in one day is very normal to me. And other people look at it like, dude, you're crazy. And like I said, I'm not trying to brag. I'm just trying to say what's possible because I was literally that fucker that never went to class, that never did anything. I wouldn't shower for 3-4 days, especially during COVID. Wouldn't shower for like 3-4 days. I would just sit there. I wouldn't work out. I would eat whatever I wanted. I would eat 1 or 2 meals a day. I was just scurrying around in my little fraternity house 3 years ago only. And now I'm more efficient than 99% of people. Easily too. It's not me just doing it overnight either. I built into it. I said, okay, first I'm going to do this. Then I'm going to do this. Then I'm going to do this. And it's a compound. And then when you keep compounding things and you constantly want to work on yourself, everything else shapes up. I was never like a salesman. I was never an aggressive salesman. I never looked like a bodybuilder. I work on my physique all the time, but I never looked like a bodybuilder. I never took steroids. I never had good genetics. You know, I always had hormonal and gut issues, which are much better now, which I'll talk about in other videos. But anyway, I always had those issues. I never worked with a partner. I never had anybody help me. Never anything. And I'm starting to build my online business right now. But in person, I've pretty much maxed out what I could in one of the nicest areas in California. And this is a kid from Colorado that used to just scurry around doing absolutely nothing. I was a fuck up just a couple years ago. And look at me now. It happens just because I wanted to work on something every single day. If you're not used to go to the gym, just go into the fucking gym. Just get used to going into the gym for 3 weeks and then do it 2 times. Then hire someone to make you actually stick to a routine, and then hire someone to give you a diet plan and change it up every week. Hire someone to keep putting steps into your plan every single week. If they don't do that, they suck. And by the way, if you want to book a call with someone that will do that, my link is in my bio. One-on-one Calendly call, free consultation. We'll go over your goals, what you need to work on, and we'll make a step-by-step process with everything I'm talking about today, and then some, obviously. Just something to think about and work on through all of this is just keep it in the back of your mind that if you feel too comfortable, but you feel like you need to change something in your life, just do it. But don't make it drastic. I see that happen way too many times. People are like, oh, just do this, just do this. I'm just going to do this. Like, no. Don't starve yourself because you gained weight. Don't just feel bad about sleeping in and then all of a sudden I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m. every day. Like, no, it's not going to. You're going to crash and burn. Step by step by step. Slowly coming out of that comfort zone and doing things that you're not used to, that you're not comfortable with. And then eventually it all starts working out. Like, subscribe, follow, all that shit. It's my 3rd video. I'm going to have a lot of more videos coming your way. I'm going to keep blowing up. I'm going to keep showing my personal journey too, because I'm never done growing. I'm never done developing. And I develop pretty quickly, especially these days. So if you want to learn more, you can go to my Instagram, my TikTok. I have more short-term stuff on there, but thank you for following me up to this point. And I got a new episode coming all the time. I don't know about every single week on Sunday. I'm going to try, but I got a new episode coming all the time. So if you want a takeaway from this video at all, just remember, be comfortable being uncomfortable. Be comfortable doing uncomfortable things and make that your new normal. And then everything else is an absolute joke. Thank you.